Hello guys, today I want to present to you one new feature in Laravel framework. Precisely, it was released in Laravel 9.28 a few weeks ago by Ralph Smit, engineer from the Netherlands, who suggested to take care of fillable exception. And the description of that commit is pretty long and may be hard to understand, but you can read it in full. I will link that in the description below, but I will demonstrate you in a video format, what does it actually do? So a very typical mistake by Laravel developers is to forget the fillables. I've done that multiple times over my career, especially in the early days, and I see Laravel developers doing that all the time. So what do I mean by that? For example, you have some create or update statement providing the fields, and what if you forgot to add a new field or any field into the fillables of your Eloquent model? For example, you have a user model, but for whatever reason, some field is not in that fillable array. So what does Laravel do? The worst part is that it doesn't throw any errors, it just does not save that field at all. So you may not even notice that it's not saved. Let me demonstrate. So I've deleted that name, and I have a profile controller here, and I have a profile edit form based on our Lara starters package, a free package that I can also link in the description below to generate something like this with one of 9 design themes, Tailwind or Bootstrap, and one of the features is my profile. So you can change name and email and add a new password. So if you want to change the name, but that name is not in the fillable, what happens? You submit the form, profile updated, but it's actually not updated. The name stays the same. And that has been the main problem over the years in Laravel, that you wouldn't even notice the bug because there are no errors. No visual errors, no exceptions, nothing. So this is where we get to the actual pull request in new Laravel 9.28. It allows to prevent that from happening by throwing an exception. Pretty similar to previously released in 8.43 from what I remember, prevent lazy loading to avoid n+1 query problem. Similarly, in App Service Provider, you can now have this. Prevent discarding guarded attribute fills is a really long name, but it doesn't matter. You would still copy that from the documentation or autocomplete from your PHP Storm. Actually, the name is different from the original description here. Prevent silently discarding attributes. If you add that to your app service provider, and that model should be also auto-completed on top. In fact, you can do something like model and then prevent, and you will see that method in the IDE autocomplete. So you can add it like this. What happens then? Let's repeat the same thing. So let's update the name to ... We submit, and now we have an exception. And that exception clearly states that we need to add fillable property. And then we do exactly that. In the user model, we return the name, we refresh the page, and then the name is updated successfully. So this pull request may sound like a small tweak, like a small improvement with throw an exception where it used to not throw exception, but I think it would potentially prevent a lot of bugs from happening in real projects. So again, thank you, Ralph, for this pull request into Laravel, and you can use that feature from 9.28 version. If you want more news about new features in Laravel framework, subscribe to the channel because I keep shooting daily videos, including the news about Laravel. And if you want to support my mission of shooting these daily videos, check out my courses at laraveldaily.teachable.com. That's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.